Right, 2012 external, question 3. Clearly this is the question that has tables, probably risk and relative risk in it. What proportion of people showed no symptoms of arthritis? 800 people altogether. Probability showing no symptoms is 572. Dividing that on a calculator, working it out as a decimal. What proportion of people in the study that showed symptoms were male? So we're talking about the people that showed symptoms. There's 228 of them. We want to know what proportion of them were male, which is 33, which is quite a low percentage. Alright, for part 3 we might write it here so that we can keep the table up above. Part 3 says, using the results, how many people would you expect to show symptoms of arthritis in a similar community with a population of 2,000 people? This is a how many question. You'll notice the words how many that you should highlight, which equals probability times the number of people in the community, which in this case is 2,000. So the probability of showing symptoms of arthritis is 228 out of 800, times it by 2,000 people, comes to 570, a nice whole number. Make sure it's a whole number. Right, for part 4, once again I don't really want to move the table away because we need it, so perhaps we'll have a go at writing our answer to part 4 up here. It says, show that for the people in the study the risk of showing some symptoms of arthritis is approximately 2 out of 7. Risk, another word for that is probability. So we want the probability of showing symptoms of arthritis, 228 out of 800. Working that out as a decimal, 0.285. We're supposed to show that's the same as 2/7. So if you work out 2/7 as a decimal, you see that both numbers are very close. So just a sentence, very close, it's supposed to say, C-L-O-S-E. So now a sentence saying that yes, the risk of someone showing symptoms of arthritis is clearly very close to 2/7, or 2 out of 7. Right, part 5. Once again I'm going to need the table. So I'm going to stay on this page. You can read part 5 in your paper if you download it from NZQA website. It says a newspaper headline on the report stated, pilot study shows females are 3 times more likely than males to show symptoms of arthritis. So we're comparing the probability of a female showing symptoms with a male. Probability that a female shows symptoms, and we want to compare that with the probability that a male shows symptoms. That's what we're comparing. So out of the females, 195 of them show symptoms. Out of the males, 33 of them show symptoms. Use brackets, jump on your calculator. Now the question said that females are 3 times more likely, but you can see we've just shown they're only 2 times more likely to show symptoms than a male. So we don't agree with that newspaper headline. That's what you would need to conclude. Right, part B we can move for. So let's move down to part B. We need to fill in a table. Now it's the same 800 people. $299 were aged 40 years and over, and of those 121 showed a symptom. There were 501 aged under. Clearly we can work out this number here. 299 minus 121 gives me that one. Now we'll need to use some of the numbers from up above. So from up above, the number of those showing symptoms were 228, and the number of those showing no symptoms were 572. So by working out subtraction, you could just check that those two numbers add to 501 again. Right, what proportion of people in the trial aged over 40, there's 299 of them, showed symptoms of arthritis? Sorry, people aged under 40. Read it too quick. Aged under 40 showed symptoms. Right, part 2. Once again, we might need to leave the table here as we have a read of part 2. You can read the question, pause and have a read of it now. Once again, it's another researcher's claim. The risk of people over 40 having symptoms is twice that of people under the age of 40. So we want to compare probability of showing symptoms if you're over 40 and compare that with the probability of showing symptoms if you're under 40. So if you're over 40, probability of showing symptoms is that. If you're under 40, probability of showing symptoms is that. Okay, and working that out, we get 1.89. So the question said twice that, twice as likely, and you can see it's getting close to twice as likely. You could either agree and show that this number 1.89 times more likely, which is the same as 89% more likely, but 1.89 times more likely, which is very close to 2 times as likely, so yes, we agree with the researchers. Or might like to say no, it's slightly less than what the researchers are claiming.